Welcome back to Peacock TV Spoilers, everyone. We have been tracking these explosive storylines for weeks, and the latest preview video has our entire community completely spinning. Let's not waste a single second and jump straight into the heart-stopping drama heading our way. Peacock TV Spoilers, we have been analyzing every single frame of the Days of Our Lives preview for the week of June 22 to the 26th of June 2026. And let me tell you, the stakes have never been higher. We are seeing the return of two incredibly beloved heroes. Massive investigations taking terrifying turns, and a young woman fighting for survival. But let us start with the most emotional moment of the entire preview. Marlena Evans is sitting alone on the sofa, looking through an old photo album filled with memories of Marlena Evans and John Black. The grief radiating from Marlena Evans is palpable. Suddenly, there is a knock at the door. Marlena Evans opens the door, and standing right there is Paul Narita. Amazing. Paul Narita greets Marlena Evans with a warm smile, and the emotional weight of this reunion is just staggering. I personally believe the return of Paul Narita is exactly what Marlena Evans needs right now. If you ask me, this is a huge callback to the legacy of John Black. Think back to 5 to 10 years ago, when Paul Narita first arrived in Salem. When John Black first discovered Paul Narita was the biological son of John Black, the revelation sent shockwaves through Salem. John Black was a man defined by the honor of John Black and the dedication John Black had to family. Paul Narita inherited every single ounce of that bravery. Seeing Paul Narita step up to comfort Marlena Evans proves that the legacy of John Black will never truly die. Marlena Evans and Paul Narita sharing that quiet, tearful moment over the photo album is exactly the kind of deep, character-driven storytelling that makes Days of Our Lives so legendary. Later in the preview, Belle Black walks in on Marlena Evans and Paul Narita reminiscing. Belle Black jokes about hitching a ride on this trip down memory lane. It is a tender, heartbreaking family moment. But do not let the tears fool you, because Salem is about to completely explode. Let's shift gears to the high-octane spy drama unfolding across town. Andrew Donovan shows up at Kat Greene's door, and Andrew Donovan is not messing around. Andrew Donovan immediately warns Kat Greene, stating that the current operation is simply too dangerous, and Andrew Donovan will not let Kat Greene continue. Can you believe it? But Kat Greene fires right back, revealing that Kat Greene has already started the mission. That's crazy. Peacock TV Spoilers, we have been tracking this ISA storyline for weeks, and we know Kat Greene is running a highly dangerous con on DiMera. Kat Greene is trying to uncover the darkest secrets of DiMera, specifically regarding the Italian clinic where Kat Greene and DiMera crossed paths years ago. This brings me to our hot take section. Let's be real for a second. I passionately defend Andrew Donovan for trying to pull the plug, because I ruthlessly criticize the judgment of Kat Greene here. If you ask me, this is a huge mistake, because Kat Greene is getting way too close to DiMera. DiMera is a ruthless monster who uses people like disposable tissues. Remember what DiMera did to Sammy Brady? Remember the sheer psychological warfare DiMera wages on the family members of DiMera? Kat Greene thinks Kat Greene can outsmart DiMera, but DiMera is already using Kat Greene to make Belle Black jealous. Kat Greene is playing with absolute fire. I personally believe Kat Greene is going to fall into the trap of DiMera, and Andrew Donovan is going to have to risk everything to save Kat Greene. The ISA legacy of Shane Donovan lives on in Andrew Donovan, and Andrew Donovan knows a disaster when Andrew Donovan sees one. But here's the kicker. The DiMera mysteries do not stop with E.J. DiMera. We need to talk about the Stefano DiMera chess set. Chad DiMera and Belle Black are meticulously examining the wooden chess box that Stefano DiMera left behind. We already knew a pawn was missing, and Theo Carver found a hidden key. But now, Belle Black discovers something else hidden inside. An old Italian currency note. A 1,000 Lire bill. Belle Black looks at Chad DiMera in complete confusion. What on earth does a 1,000 Lire bill mean? This requires some deep legacy analysis. Stefano DiMera always left breadcrumbs. Stefano DiMera never did anything without a master plan. The 1,000 Lire bill is not just money. The 1,000 Lire bill is a geographical coordinate or a date. Let us talk about Italy for a second. Stefano DiMera essentially treated Italy like the personal playground of Stefano DiMera. Stefano DiMera had kidnapped Salem residents in Italian villas. Stefano DiMera funded secret laboratories in the Italian countryside. And Stefano DiMera constantly used Italian culture to taunt the enemies of Stefano DiMera. The 1,000 Lire bill is a massive red flag. Italy stopped using the lire when Italy adopted the euro decades ago. Therefore, this 1,000 Lire bill is a relic from the past. Stefano DiMera is specifically pointing Chad DiMera and Belle Black to an event or a location from before the euro was introduced. That is crazy. Stefano DiMera is forcing Chad DiMera and Belle Black to dig into the ancient history of the DiMera criminal empire. What if the missing pawn is actually a sleeper agent currently hiding in Italy, waiting to be activated by the hidden key? This is pure, vintage Stefano DiMera psychological torture. Stefano DiMera wants Chad DiMera and Belle Black to chase ghosts across the globe. Meanwhile, another massive investigation is happening. And the investigation involves my absolute favorite anti-hero. Xander Kiriakis is on the phone, demanding to see all records regarding DiMera Pharmaceuticals from exactly 2 years ago. Documents immediately flash across the screen of Xander Kiriakis. Amazing! I will passionately defend Xander Kiriakis until the end of time. Xander Kiriakis has spent years trying to redeem the dark past of Xander Kiriakis. Xander Kiriakis used to be a ruthless hitman for Victor Kiriakis, but now Xander Kiriakis is fighting for justice. Xander Kiriakis is helping Sarah Horton investigate the tainted drugs that killed Destiny. Xander Kiriakis knows that DiMera Pharmaceuticals is hiding something massive. If we look back 5 to 10 years ago, Xander Kiriakis was the one doing the dirty work for the DiMera family and the Kiriakis family. Xander Kiriakis knows exactly how shell companies and corrupt pharmaceutical trials work. Xander Kiriakis, digging into DiMera Pharmaceuticals from 2 years ago, suggests that the tainted drugs currently hitting Salem are not a new mistake. The tainted drugs are part of an old, buried DiMera project. E.J. DiMera is currently relying on Dr. Wilhelm Rolf to create new serums. But what if the records Xander Kiriakis finds prove that the experiments of Dr. Wilhelm Rolf from 2 years ago are the exact same drugs killing people today? Xander Kiriakis is about to blow the lid off the entire empire of E.J. DiMera, and I am absolutely here for it. And you won't believe how this ties into Sarah Horton. Sarah Horton is relying on Xander Kiriakis to find the truth about the death of Destiny. Sarah Horton and Xander Kiriakis have a deeply complicated romantic history. Xander Kiriakis once switched the baby of Sarah Horton, an act of sheer villainy that Xander Kiriakis has spent years atoning for. Now, Xander Kiriakis is playing the White Knight for Sarah Horton. I passionately defend this redemption arc. Xander Kiriakis, using the dark skills of Xander Kiriakis like hacking and corporate espionage to save the people of Salem, is brilliant character evolution. If Xander Kiriakis can trace the tainted drugs back to DiMera, Xander Kiriakis will finally prove to Sarah Horton that Xander Kiriakis is the hero Sarah Horton always wanted Xander Kiriakis to be. Sarah Horton always wanted Xander Kiriakis. Tragically, the consequences of these tainted drugs might already be claiming another victim. The preview shows poor Holly Jonas hospitalized. Holly Jonas looks incredibly pale, confused, and completely disoriented. We know Holly Jonas collapsed into the arms of Tate Black during a campfire at the Horton cabin. Everyone thought Holly Jonas might have mixed up antidepressants, but let's connect the dots. What if Holly Jonas accidentally ingested one of the tainted DiMera pills? Holly Jonas has suffered so much trauma. Holly Jonas lost Nicole Walker. Holly Jonas dealt with the cyberbullying of Sophia Choi. And now Holly Jonas is fighting for survival in a hospital bed. The predictive lore here is terrifying. Fan theories are exploding with the idea that the company of DiMera is directly responsible for poisoning Holly Jonas. If DiMera is responsible for Holly Jonas fighting for survival, the fallout will be apocalyptic. DiMera raised Holly Jonas for a time. If Xander Kiriakis proves that DiMera Pharmaceuticals created the drugs that put Holly Jonas in the hospital, the entire town of Salem will turn on DiMera. Xander Kiriakis will become the ultimate hero, and DiMera will lose everything. This entire week of Days of Our Lives is setting up collisions that will alter the canvas forever. Paul Narita and Andrew Donovan are bringing that classic espionage and family loyalty back to the forefront. Belle Black and Chad DiMera are descending further into the madness of Stefano DiMera. Xander Kiriakis is hunting down corporate demons, and Holly Jonas is paying the ultimate price for the sins of the elite of Salem. We are witnessing a masterclass in soap opera storytelling, tying decades of history into one explosive week. So, Peacock TV Spoilers family, I need to hear from you right now. Do you think Cat Greene is going to survive the twisted games of DiMera? Or will Andrew Donovan have to stage a massive ISA rescue mission? And what is your wildest theory about the 1,000 Italian Lire bill that Belle Black and Chad DiMera found? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because we need to decode the puzzle of Stefano DiMera together. Do not forget to smash that subscribe button to Peacock TV Spoilers for daily updates, deep dives, and all the Salem drama you can handle.